I am completely bothered today. I don't like today at all. I woke up, everything was all good today, and then around lunchtime, when I woke up early in the morning, I checked all my things online, everything was fine. Um, and then, within a few hours, um, I was doing stuff, and then I went to sit down to get on my computer and do stuff. And then I found out, hey, I got a message from this account that I have with general online trading, and it was a message to alert you, hey, your margin's at risk. I was like, fair enough. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I made my last deposit, and then I opened my account and I had like $12 sitting in my account instead of like $23,000. And I was like, I know it's not a huge thing for me because I put completely low deposits and build everything up. That's like 3 months worth of work to get $23,000 off a quite a small deposit, which isn't even half of that. So I'm not really sweating financially over it, even though I spend. No, I do spend quite a bit of money on myself at the moment. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I lost my whole entire account in a few hours. I was like, oh my gosh, doesn't that always happen? And so this is like I don't know, it must be my fifth failed attempt at trading. I have a very active second account, and I only put like one or two deposits a year with that one. And it's because I'm using a different method for the trading. And so I did rebound. I said, let's just open again and try the method that I'm using on this other account because I seriously only make one or two deposits in a year. And most of the times you don't need to make. I mean, everyone's going to scold me and say, yes, you do need to make money every 2 seconds on trading. But if you're prepared to do it slower, then you can use this method that I use with this other account, which is a slow rising account, but it's making profits instead of losses. Whereas the other way I do it, I make more money, but I make a lot of losses, so my losses equal the money that I have there. So $23,000, $22,000, 800 and no, 22,000. Yeah, I basically had losses as big as the profits, and that's why when everything was closed, it was only like $12. That's I literally had $12, apart from the negatives on the account, and so I was like, well, may as well try this other method that I'm using because I don't put more than two or maybe three transactions a year, whereas the other one was gulping down. You'd be lucky if it's only one transaction a month. Sometimes it was one transaction a week or one transaction a fortnight, so it varies at a much higher rate, and you've got an exhaustible amount of losses because and you're just waiting for everything to drop so that you can make profits. And then if it drops and you want to take away the negatives and you close it as it makes a profit, and then you have to put more money on. And so it's a very exhausting way to trade, actually. And you're like, why do you trade like that? And I'm like, I don't know. You just profit the most money from that way. So I'm gonna do the more sensible, slow way where you're not putting a trade every opportunity every time the thing goes up or down. You're just putting a trade and then you wait for it. It seems to be the better method. So I'm trying that with my new account now. And and see if that makes me any money. Obviously, if you don't have losses, you can probably like you can seriously like bank it, bank the money that you're earning, because otherwise, because you don't have the negatives tailing you and be like, oh, I need to keep this in here, otherwise, it'll unbalance my account. So I'm hoping to do slower trades, but being able to actually bank at the end of a month or two, depending on how well it's doing. You never know. But that was a disappointment. But I'm not really that upset because I sort of knew that I was exhausting myself. Like, I'm exhausting my bank account, spending and spending and spending on this darn account that needs more frequent deposits so it doesn't time out. So I did need to start it all over again, and hopefully it'll work out this time. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to say, that's it. I am never trading again. I'm just going to go back to focusing on other areas, other things that I can do. Yeah. Rather than trading, I mean, there's other ways to make money, obviously.